morning. It's another sober sunrise. Thanks for being here. It is Monday, July 7th, 2025, 6:26 a.m. All right. Let's read. Today's entry is called "And Letting Go of It." So, okay. Primarily fear that we would lose something we already possessed or would fail to get something we demanded. Living upon a basis of unsatisfied demands, we were in a state of continual disturbance and frustration. Therefore, no peace was to be had unless we could find a means of reducing these demands. The difference between a demand and a simple request is plain to anyone. Okay. From the 12 and 12, page 76. Peace is possible for me only when I let go of expectations. When I'm trapped in thoughts about what I want and what should be coming to me, I'm in a state of fear or anxious anticipation, and this is not conducive to emotional sobriety. I must surrender over and over to the reality of my dependence on God, for then I find peace, gratitude, and spiritual security. Okay, there's a lot in this one. Apologies in advance. I slept almost not at all. Just a terrible allergy night. Okay, so apologies in advance for a less than lucid interpretation of what we just read. Okay, and for sniffling. All right, letting go of it. Primarily fear that we would lose something we already possessed or would fail to get something we demanded. The fear, so it's what was before this, so it would be helpful to know what was before this. Fear that we would lose something we already possessed or would fail to get something we demanded. Okay, so that's a lot of what our fears are based on. Losing something we already have or failing to get something that we really want. Pretty simple. Living upon a basis of unsatisfied demands, we are in a state of continual disturbance and frustration. Yes, so I guess the point here is to take a step back from wanting more and be happy with what you have. Live in the moment, an attitude of gratitude, right? Think about all the things you already have and be grateful for them. I remember someone told me once that the life I have, me personally, at any moment in time would seem like heaven to someone out there. Somebody out there has it so much worse than I do that my current situation, as bad as I think it is, seems like heaven to someone else. And that really puts it in perspective. Because as bad as things may seem to someone out there, I've got it easy, right? So it's all about perspective. Staying in the moment and being grateful for what you have is really, really, really helpful and very important. It keeps you out of this a state of continual disturbance and frustration. Therefore, no peace was to be had unless we could find a means of reducing these demands. And the easiest means to reduce the demands is to practice that mindset of, I have everything I need and I'm exactly where I need to be. That was the first mantra that was given to me in one of my first meditations during treatment. I had never meditated before, and it was suggested that when we're having a moment and we can't believe where we are and we're like, how did I get here? My life is in ruins, right? Which is what a lot of people go through when the first time they get to like a treatment facility and they're like, whoa. I remember that moment thinking, this can't be real, right? This happens to other people. It doesn't happen to me. So anyway, we were doing meditation for the first time, and it was suggested to me, since I didn't know the heck I was doing, that I use this mantra. I have everything I need, and I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. All right. So if you're struggling, just try that. It did actually help me. When you frame it in the sense of things could be a lot worse, right? Like I said, even where I'm at in treatment, seems like it's a warm bed, it's 3 meals a day, it's all these things, right? And that seems like heaven to so many people. Think about that. The means of reducing the demands, the gratitude for what you already have is the means. The difference between a demand and a simple request is plain to anyone, sure. Peace is possible for me only when I let go of expectations. Yeah, expectations are tough. It's really a challenge to have no expectations. I cannot sit here and tell you that I'm good at that. It's part of our nature to have expectations of other people, of situations, of whatever. We have expectations. It's just inherent. Managing the expectations, on the other hand, is something we can do. So getting good at that is a skill that takes practice. Also, when it comes to expectations, you have to be clear about them with people. Because if you have an expectation of someone and they don't know about it, if they don't live up to it, you are going to be upset. And they're going to be like, I didn't even know you expected that of me, right? So there's a saying that I've said in other videos that I can't remember exactly how it goes, but it's basically non-verbalized expectations are premeditated resentments. So if I don't tell you what I expect of you, I'm just setting myself up for having a resentment towards you down the road. And that's not a healthy place to be. Okay? So if you have expectations, be aware of them, try to manage them to be realistic, and be open about them. Talk about them. When I'm trapped in thoughts about what I want and what should be coming to me, I'm in a state of fear or anxious anticipation. And this is not conducive to emotional sobriety. Yeah. Unfortunately, we live in this environment now where, like, social media has become this trap of, here's what you should be like, here's what you could have if you just XYZ, did this, bought this. We're different. What I want and what should be coming to me. We get trapped in those thoughts. It's okay to have goals, but they have to be realistic. Well, there's an argument to be made that it's good to have one big, audacious goal. And I have one of those, so something to strive for. When I'm trapped in thoughts about what I want and what should be coming to me, I'm in a state of fear or anxious anticipation. I'm going to sneeze. Oh my gosh. Oh, excuse me. This is not conducive to emotional sobriety. I must surrender over and over to the reality of my dependence on God or my higher power. For then I find peace, gratitude, and spiritual security. That word gratitude, there it is. Don't get trapped in the cycle of wanting more. Have to try to practice that attitude of gratitude. What I have is enough for me. What I have is riches to someone else out there. I know that. Sure, do I want to have a bigger house for my son and me? Yes. Do I want this? Do I want that? Yes. Do I need them? No. Okay. Managing what I want versus what I need is something that I try to talk to my son about all the time, and yet I am guilty of not practicing what I preach. I don't want to be in a state of fear or anxious anticipation. Okay, fear is a tool if we use it, but we don't have to live in a place where we're constantly in fear of something happening. Must surrender over and over to the reality of my dependence on my higher power. I don't know if dependence is the right word for me personally. I don't think I'm dependent on my higher power. I am working in a partnership with my higher power where I understand that, if I try to live my life in a way where I know that I'm not in control and my higher power is the one that can humble me at any moment, then my days turn out pretty good. And you stack up enough good days and you have a good week and then a good month and a good year and a good life. If I surrender to the reality of my my I don't know, dependence just doesn't hit right for me. For me personally. For you, it might. You might depend on God or your higher power to find peace. I'm thankful that I have found it. The reality of my relationship with my higher power, then I find peace, gratitude, and spiritual recovery. That works for me. I have a relationship with my higher power that works for me. And if you don't have one yet, keep trying. It'll come to you. If you have an open mind and an open heart, it will come to you. Then you will find peace, gratitude, and spiritual security. The spiritual security part, I never thought how big of an impact that would be, to be quite honest. Because I was always an atheist growing up. Always. From a very young age, I was like, psh, I don't get, that doesn't make sense. Right? One God, one all-powerful God created everything. Like, none of it ever made sense to me from an early age. So I was an atheist. And now I'm like blown away at how important a spiritual security truly is. So if you're young and you're listening to this and you're still like super jaded about religion, that's okay. But like, open your heart to some type of spiritual security. And when you find it, it will make a big difference in your life. All right, that's it. I put up a new slide in the top right corner because I think that having the website on there is going to be helpful. I'm going to keep putting that up because I don't know in the future if recovery headquarters will be up and running and functional when you're watching this video, or if it will have been a complete failure or what. But in the event that it is a functioning nonprofit organization like I want it to be, and it's helping people stay in recovery, go visit that website. Maybe send a few bucks because it's a nonprofit organization and we need all the help we can get. Okay? All right. That's it for today. And I still have to line up somebody else to be a speaker on one of these episodes this week. So I'll work on that. All right. So thanks for coming and listening. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. If you like the channel, subscribe. If you think you know someone out there who could benefit from hearing these messages, share the channel and share the video with them. You could be helping to save someone. And whoever you are, wherever you are, whenever you're listening to this, you are enough. You are loved. You can do this. Keep it simple. Stay in the moment. Be grateful for what you have today. Okay, try to do that and just do the best you can for today, all right? That's all you need to do. Just do the best you can for today. Live in an attitude of gratitude for what you already have. You have everything you need. You're exactly where you need to be right now in this moment. Okay? It doesn't mean in life you are exactly where you need to be just yet. But right now, listening to this, me and you right now, you are exactly where you need to be, okay? All right. Love you all. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.